Good morning. How is everyone today? So I just thought I'd make this video. I was just looking through one of Psych Substance's latest videos because he gets a lot of issues with demonetization and stuff like that. Because I don't know much about YouTube and how all this stuff work, or Patreon and stuff like that sort of stuff. And I'm kind of coming at a sort of different angle, but it's just a bit interesting. So one of the things I did was I'm not interested in monetization. I don't like adverts and things like this. So annoying. I don't like paying for stuff. I don't like paying for subscriptions and stuff. I just want free internet where we all just share what we want to share with each other. And I'm not, from my experiences in knowledge and funding and things like that, I don't think, crowdfunding is a way to go. That's cool. A little bit, everyone gives a little bit, but in reality, if you want to get things done, just one-off huge donors paying for everything is the most efficient way of getting stuff done. Come up with a project or an idea or something like that, and say, please, can some you're really rich. Money's easy for you. It's one of your specialities. I've got my specialities. You've got yours. Can you just pick up the tab for that? Cool, cheers. And it's nothing to them. Some people have much resources just at disposal, which is cool. That's nice. One of the things I didn't really realize was I just set all my videos to R18 to begin with, just so I didn't have to worry about that. I wouldn't get ads on them. I didn't really realize that means they won't likely come up in searches and that sort of stuff. So I assume I'm still allowed to. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't. I may have skimmed the community guidelines. I'm not big on reading. There's no pictures. I may not have skimmed it. I may have skimmed it for pictures and not found any, so moved on. So I don't really know. I just follow my own guidelines, which is don't be mean to people as much as you can. Don't try and ruin people. Don't try and make other people's life hard or whatever. And I just do my thing and work it out. So I do consume psilocybin mushrooms and things like that, or at least some sort of prop, I guess, that looks exactly the same as them, if that works. I don't know, but there's plenty of documentaries and things like that on there. So this is more of I guess maybe we'll just claim this is more of a documentary, because really, this is me claiming my right to try to explore my own consciousness and see how far where this goes. Based on taking fairly high dose mushroom doses to really get a good reflection, looking back into one's mind. So I thought I'd just make this video, and this video I will just post general public, because there's nothing naughty going on in it, and see if that goes, just so it can be something that can actually pop up in a search, and then and I'll keep it short because some of my videos are pretty long. It's for it's most of it's just a bit of silliness for entertainment, because really it's showing that I've had like most people half a life of depression and inner conflict and chronic pain and all that sort of stuff. And we've all used each other for support, and looked at how everyone's trying to go through their own exploration, and this is kind of me popping out the other side. I kind of like in the freaking Austin Powers talks about the mojo. Yeah, I felt my mojo was kind of lost at about 10. I think there's a few specific incidents and things like that. And I just never had. I didn't know. I couldn't play. I was very poor even my whole life at socializing and that sort of stuff. It was very isolated and sort of difficult life, which is good. It's all fuel for my learning and my growth. It's what we're here for. So I love it, every part of it. So it's cool, But this is kind of coming out the other side, and actually, like, it's the first time I've laughed at myself ever, ever. Like I had a few friends, and they'd find me funny because they could draw it out of me. If I felt safe enough, I guess I could crack a funny that was funny for them. But for me to actually laugh, like if you look at my videos, it's got me sort of chuckling away. That is unheard of. That is all to do with the work that I've done. Uh, you know, mostly with mushrooms. Got kickstarted along by sort of several ayahuasca ceremonies and things like that kind of helped me figure out how to actually benefit from what I was doing. A little bit of DMT and things like that. It's also helped see different things. And I feel I'm fairly responsible. We kind of joke about it and be a bit silly about it and things like that. But I live a very calm life. I spend a lot of time gardening and trying to prepare for a future and stuff like that. Go for a lot of walks and meditation. Got a dog, which really, little Misha, really helped me to be able to give me the opportunity to express, just love for another being and things like that. All the stuff, all these tools that will help me. So yeah, I've received great benefit from working with plant medicines and that sort of stuff. A lot of I've got things to contribute. I've been off media a bit for most of the year. So I really pulled back just to dive deeper again. But the different groups and things like that. Like I was at P-Man's at psilocybin, Australia, New Zealand, or something like that. They've been doing surveys, trying to figure out like wood lovers paralysis. What it is, what causes it, things like that. I've cured wood lovers paralysis myself. I used to get it intensely, like very very strong reactions, anything over like 25 mushrooms or something like that. So I can't weigh that. I didn't used to weigh them back then. Like any sort of reasonable dose, I guess maybe like 3 grams upwards or something like that. I was getting, could get legs dropping out, serious side, of effects after whatever it is. So it's just a process that's not quite complete. It's a part that's that's my understanding. That's definitely something I'd love to discuss with anyone interested, to maybe get more of an actual scientific base of what it is. See if we can replicate my results, because I'm talking say even a few months ago, doing a 10-gram dose, I might get a little bit of finger curl, a little bit of weakness in my hands the next morning, and stuff like that. Much less than what it was. Where now it's 10 grams of psilocybe aeruginosa, wood lovers, potent potent ones, and absolutely no weakening at all now. Whatever it, so yeah, interested in what I can contribute about that, and see if we can find somebody that gets hit with it, and see if we can replicate the results through what I did, and see if we can kind of document that, and maybe with science and testing and all that stuff that I don't do. So yeah, this is me. I did do a disclaimer, not a disclaimer, kind of like a disclaimer, but I called it a claimer because this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, man. But I lost it. Maybe that was the universe saying, "Don't put that up there yet." So maybe we'll do it again. It was one of the only videos I'd actually made notes for. Most of the time I'm just winging it, a single take. I don't know how to edit. If somebody wants to offer that service for me to shorten some of the videos down, I guess. And also, like what Adam is doing on Psyched Substance is he's because he's become a bit of a target. So he says, is that perhaps have different versions where they cut down and stuff like that. I don't know about getting onto Patreon or whatever. I'd rather just somebody who watches it goes, this guy seems to be have pure intention, and I trust that whatever he thinks is right to do with funding is probably right to do with funding for his intention, my intention to how I want. I'm here to serve humanity however I can. Let's move forwards. Let's get out of pillage and get into village, out of scarcity into surplus. Get over this game of monopoly. Like, it was cool when I was a kid, but let's get over this game of monopoly and money, and it's a dumb concept. It's sure it was useful for a time. But in the future we're going to be looking back at ourselves going, oh my god, how embarrassing. so yeah, let's give each other a hand up, not a hand out. Hand up. Whoever, like I said in some other videos, yes, it's natural for one organism to leverage its skill set, strength, intelligence, cunningness, wisdom over another, over another organism to get itself ahead. It is competition down at the lower levels of consciousness. But let's expand into the higher levels of consciousness, which is, thank you for letting me step on your face and your culture to get myself ahead. I'm pretty good now. Can I reach my hand down, give you a hand up to uplift you up to wherever it is you want to be? Maybe I can throw you up ahead of me, and so you can come at it from a different angle to find out a new, wow, look at where we can get to. And then if you feel like it, feel I'm worthy, reach your hand down to me, give me a hand up to get to your new plateau, your new level, and let's get the move on. Because once we drop the restriction, evolution is like a logarithmic curve. It's gonna basically advance like you're free falling. That's how it happens. So it's inevitable. So don't hurry. I guess it's gonna happen. But let's participate in that. Let's maybe have a laugh and a talk and communicate while we're doing that. It'll be fun. There might be things we're waiting to happen. Certain lower level consciousness to catch up or extinguish. Up to them. It's all choice. Do you want to be part of the light, or are you enjoying the being dragging at the tail end? Whatever. I don't know. It's not good or bad, or right or wrong, or whatever. It's just choose, accept. Is it? Let go, move on, try new, make better. Cool. So since I can't be found very easily, if you find this and you check out some of the other videos, kind of get where I'm going from, throw me some comments. Maybe this is a good video to put the comments on, so I don't have to get confused trying to find all the comments in different videos and things. About anything that you want to ask that I might have an opinion on. I've got an opinion on lots of stuff, so lots of insights on lots of stuff, and any ideas. Some of the sound was rubbish on the first videos, so kind of making a bit more of an effort for that. This is only done on a phone. That's all I've got. I don't use money. Life is hard that way. It's just a challenge I'm doing at the moment. Just something to break all habits. So mushrooms, and mushrooms and different things. I've broken away from spliffs, tobacco, weed, mix thing, very Moorish, very served a purpose, understood the purpose. Oh, okay, I understand that. Cool. No longer has it on me. Broken away from alcohol. I'll periodically try. I've been away from weed and tobacco, weed and stuff like that for. I've broken away from it many times, but I go back to it because I think it's important. So sometimes I've least 3 or 4 times forced myself to get hooked back on spliffs. Like actually like, oh no, oh, 3 or 4 days of that, and then like, oh, yep, fully hooked again. Now break it without the help of mushrooms. I use mushrooms, the early times, and then because I'm making myself stronger. Because I just don't want to be. I want to be able to do whatever I want without this thing taking hold of me and going, oh, I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. I do what I want when I want, and stop when I want. It makes me stronger. And so, I periodically try to break all habits and things. And I think, money is a very addictive trap, a very addictive habit, very cultured into us, very cult. Because you try and break away. I get a lot of grief for anyone I mention it to, most, apart from the youth who understand. But anyone that's already invested into it, they very painful for them to hear me say I don't value what you've spent your life trying to work for. It's a bit of a hurt feelings type thing. I understand that. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, let's see where this goes. Okay, so can you spread this around for me? I guess I don't know. It's gonna have to be a word of mouth channel to get me up into some sort of arena where I can be found by some people that might want to make contact and see if I can work with. I'm interested in doing any sort of psychedelic trials and things like that, and experimenting on to get some brain scanning done, and that sort of stuff, while doing large doses and things like that. Some really interesting stuff happens. Definitely I've definitely had permanent change in the way my brain feels on a daily basis, the way it looks when I wake up and things like that. What I see at the later parts of a trip where it's actually in the kind of just looking at the inside of your brain and things like that, sort of very pronounced features which I've not seen imagery of anywhere in text or books or whatever what I read, but look searches around. So yeah, maybe I found something new. Don't know. But love to share. Just don't want to be too blatant about it, because kind of when you describe things, it kind of just deflates it. Like if you've ever tried to describe a psychedelic experience, it really goes, this is super amazing and this and this and this, and you feel like people are just going to look at you like, oh yeah, you're nuts. So cool. We'll see how this goes. Cheers, bro. Nice one.